puss as he was at the end of Dragon Ball. It just seemed like, I said this earlier, it seemed like at the end of Dragon Ball he was just waiting for Goku to die so maybe that Chi-Chi might get with him out of some sort of sympathy. Goku's gone all, and I've just been kind of standing here. Is your house cat friendly or whatever? All right, sorry. Any other? Purunga is basically like just Shenron. It's like my voice just pitched down super low and then said really slowly because for whatever reason the dragons in Dragon Ball, they just said, screw it, we're not even going to animate to their flaps. They said, your wish has been granted. And we had no choice because otherwise you just go, your wish has. And that's all we ended up with. And then it was pitched down, and then, do you know how you can tell the difference between, like, how powerful a dragon is in Dragon Ball? Like, do you know how to tell how strong they are?
How big they are.
The size of their balls. It's true. And on Namek, Purunga, they were really huge. And they dropped at the end of the episode. What? And you get more wishes. You get more things accomplished. So am I forgetting how my voice is? Mr. Popo. For a long time I played Mr. Popo. There was a time where Chris Sabat, who was here, and I pointed in the general direction he was standing about 30 minutes ago, he played Mr. Popo, and then he had to leave to go on a tour, some stage tour, and we were left hanging, and I was like, I'll give it a try. And so I did, and I ended up being Mr. Popo for a while, actually for a long time. And then once Dragon Ball Z Kai came along, I gave Mr. Popo back to Chris Sabat, who did it to start with. I felt it was only fair. And I love Chris's Mr. Popo. It's always been an impression of his anyway, so. Let's see. There's Kami, he's really old. And he and Mr. Popo hang out and rub sacred ointment on each other. Go get the sacred ointment, Mr. Popo. No, the Blackwater Mist. Gosh, I'm so going blank as to what even happened in that series. Let's see. All I know is like my friend John Bergmeyer, who plays Tien Shinhan. We have a competition every time we're working on a game or something. We love to joke about how dorky the two of them are, really, and they're the only of all the Dragon Ball Z people, Tien and Yamcha are kind of the only ones that are sort of on the same low level. Really, they don't have that much going for them. Everyone else is way stronger. So we always joke about like how lame they truly are, but they think they're super awesome. But the only people they talk crap to are each other. So like, hey Tien, your skills are pretty weak. And then John will be like, yeah, Yamcha, you said it. That's not true. And it's really bad. But John Bergmeyer played Tien Shinhan and other things. He was also the writer for Dragon Ball Z. He always jokes about the first line he ever had, which was in the Garlic Jr. saga. It was the very first thing you hear in the Garlic Jr. saga. It was like this dude dying and goes, we didn't do anything. Anyway, I don't know why I had to share that. Okay,
Anyway.
It's over 9,000! Alright,
Got it out of the way.
I know. Kikacho is kind of like, how do I even describe where he is? Kikacho's like way up here, all the time, and everything he did was yelling all the time. And it was a hard role to play because he was you had to yell through so that I don't know if any of you guys saw that show. He had a big old mask on. He was kind of a robotic kind of character, and it was hard. But the only other hard role I had that was similar to that was Mike McFarlane cast me as Trace on Trinity Blood. Did you guys see that show? Anyway, and that show was really hard because Mike always wanted me to. He had a very specific way he wanted Trace to sound.
Oops.
And like everything he said had to come out on the same note except for the last note. So every line, so I had to really try hard not to inflect lines. So when I would have a line, it would have to stay here until I was at the very end of it. It brought me back to like Catholic Mass when I was a kid or whatever. Anything else? You have seen your flowers here? What? Oh, Grandpa Rome. I actually sometimes forget even what his speaking voice sounds like because I only had really one good episode with him. But then we got to sing that awesome song like "Listen as I tell you what hell should be," which was so awesome. What a great way to like have a role like that and just sing something and then leave and you never hear from him again. But I still get some love for it. I'm actually kind of glad that I don't have one of the really main roles in Italia because Italian fans are some creepy people. I'm sorry. You've seen them. There's plenty of you in here. You're creepy people. All of you. I don't trust any of you. Actually, they're awesome, but boy, they're intense though. Like, and they're really random people. Like, and I hate to just to segregate you into this group of people, but you know who you are. They give you the weirdest things. Like, I was sitting next to Patrick.